Syria right now. That's why Russia sent his naval ships over there. Togomar of the North Quarters and all his bands and many people with them. And that's basically talking about the Soviet Union coming back together. Yep. Yep. Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself. That's why they having all these naval drills. That's why everybody having naval drills. That's why everybody accumulating new weaponry. That's why everybody yeah, that's basically it. Test firing all the missiles and stuff. Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. So Russia is going to be a guard unto all these other little nations that's going to side with Russia to go against America.
And Syria right now is their main goal, people that they protect.
Yep. After many days thou shalt be visited, and the later years thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword, which is Israel, and is gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste. But it is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them. Okay, yeah, that went out. All right, somebody got another scripture?
Yeah, I got one. It's Joel 3:9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war, wake up the mighty man. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathens, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause the mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be weakened, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I set to judge all the heathens round about. That's about it. Yeah, so that's just all other nations getting their missiles ready from North Korea, South Korea, Iran, Israel, Pakistan, India, and so forth.
Right, they getting ready for Armageddon.
Right, that's why everybody preparing weapons.
Basically, all these other nations, they hate you Americans, man. They pissed off at because everything, the Lord is bringing everything that you Americans did to the light. Any dirty, filthy, wicked act that you've ever done in the history of this country, or in the history of your whole being, is being brought to the light, and these other nations don't like it. They don't like what y'all doing in their other countries. They don't like the espionage. They don't like all the lies. They don't like the biological warfare.
They don't like the dollar ain't backed by no money, no real resource, the fiat money.
Right. So you the reason for the economic crisis in their countries, and they tired of this. And the only solution that it's leading back to is get rid of the white man.
Get rid of America.
Well,
get rid of white
what's the prophecy? They ain't figured shit out.
Right.
Just say, oh, it's just gonna be the problem.
Right,
it's the Lord turning their mind
yeah.
to say, okay, it's time to get rid of this one group of people. That's why the Lord hosting up the battle.
Yeah. I got one more scripture. This is Revelation chapter 17, verse 17.
Leave it up to them. The Chinese want to be next, and they want to run the same system the white man.
Yeah, you see it?
So they think ain't nothing wrong with this shit.
Yeah.
Long as it's our time to rule.
Yeah. It said, for God hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree, and give their kingdom unto the beast, which is NATO. So the Lord gonna put in all America's allies' mind to fight against America as well as these other nations. America and Israel gonna be destroyed. Until the words of God shall be fulfilled. Right, so like the elder said, it's because of the prophecies. It's because of the word of the Lord everything has happened. It's not because everybody just decided to do anything. Go ahead.
Jeremiah 49:7, it says concerning Edom, that said the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Edom, his counsel perished from the prudent, is their wisdom vanished? Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Edom, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him. So basically, Yahweh Shabbat, Yahweh's judgment is going to be over there in the Middle East. And it's basically to bring down you Edomites that live in Israel and judge you Edomites.
As a whole.
Yeah, right.
That's why the Lord got y'all setting up in the Middle East, because that's the judgment for everybody, not just America, not just the white man. China's going to be involved. The Arabs gonna be involved. The Elamites, East Indies. Everybody's gonna be involved in this war.
Jeremiah 49:10. It says, "But I have made Esau bare; I have uncovered his secret places." And that's to what the brother was saying. That they know all the wicked things that these deceitful Edomites been doing. It says, "And he shall not be able to hide himself." And that's why all the nations are mad, because they see everything.
Right, they get tired of America's democracy. They don't like their women ruling over them. That's why the Arabs fighting so hard. They don't like America's money system. It's like the brother said earlier, they got everybody into austerity measures. That's messing up everybody's economy. And
Yes.
Okay, I got 2 scriptures. This is Isaiah 14:9. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming.
that's talking about destruction. The Lord is actually going to destroy America. And then after he destroys America, he's going to reestablish his order upon earth, which is putting...
Yeah, don't go too far.
Okay.
Don't go too far.
Alright, hell.
Because then you're going to have to back all that up
Right.
after that.
Okay.
Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming.
Right. The devices that have been orchestrated of late, the nuclear missiles, that's that fire that's been moved to meet you at your coming. That lake of fire is gonna be your death, your burial.
It stirreth up the dead for thee.
That's your
Other nations.
Other
Other nations waking up to America's BS.
Even all the chief ones of the earth it has raised up from the thrones, all the kings of the nations.
Yeah.
All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us?
And that's other nations basically getting strong. They getting nuclear missiles. They getting arsenal.
Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy bowels. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee.
Right. So ain't nobody going for American pride anymore.
Exactly.
They can't even control their own physical house to be talking about what type of aid they going to be giving to somebody else.
Okay, this is Isaiah 47:10. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee.
Right. That's America not knowing why everybody attacking.
Thou shalt not be able to put it off.
Right. You ain't going to be able to shoot all these missiles out the sky.
And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know.
Right. Because everything right now is just go to work and have kids and eat.
Right. And plan for the future.
Stand now with thine enchantments.
Right. So keep doing your witchcraft with all your soothsayers and your warlocks and shit.
And with the multitude of thy sorcerers.
Yeah, that's all your so-called witches and shit. Alistair Crowley now. And all they famous books they left rolling around this motherfucker.
Wherein thou hast labored from thy youth.
Right. Ever since this motherfucker been established. That's why when you first had the so-called witch trials in Salem. That's what that was about. From the beginning, this motherfucker was established on witchcraft. You watch American History of Us, first thing they bring up when they establish this motherfucker, we gotta hang the witches.
Yep. And they showed it in the beginning of Sherlock Holmes, the first Sherlock Holmes. They show how the small elite, and they began to do their witchcraft and how they started all the lies and all the spread that was going on. Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, cause that's how what's his name?
I know you can say
Pike. That's how he actually worked for the British intelligence agency,
exactly.
using propaganda. Hitler, he had so-called you watch Hitler and Cult on the History Channel. So all you gotta do is type in Hitler and Cult. The nigga had a goddamn voodoo doll with him and took thousands of pictures with this voodoo doll in his hand. So what the fuck is a man of army, a austere man like him of military, might doing with a goddamn doll in his hand?
Right.
That was that voodoo witchcraft.
Yep.
And then the cult he was in.
Juiced up.
That the cult he was in, the Skull and Bones stem from that cult he was in when he was in Austria and Germany.
If so be
Right,
that.
because who you think over here?
Like the same
Right.
European.
90% of Kenosha is German, by the way. And that's a
Where's
fact.
the hypocrite?